Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to do an advanced bill of quantity estimate in Zoho CRM. I'm going to create an estimate for Richard's construction. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop up here to inquiries and pop a new inquiry in. So I'm going to use the find and add widget and I'm going to type in here Richard's construction. Okay, click on search. There we go, it's found Richard's construction. So I'm going to click on next, pop in my inquiry details. Click on Create Inquiry, and we now have a new business inquiry. Now I'm going to use the blueprint to qualify the inquiry. I'm going to come down here to Outcome and select Quote Requested. Choose a BOQ estimate and click on Save. Okay, now you can see here I'm sitting on Quote Requested. So now I can click on Create BOQ Estimate, pop in my BOQ estimate name. I just copy the inquiry name, click on Save. And over here on the left hand side, you can now see I've got a BOQ estimate. So I'll open that BOQ estimate and you can see it's pulled all the information through from my inquiry. And I'm going to pop up here to the widgets and use the Add Recipe widget. Now I use recipes to make estimating quick and easy. So here I've got a number of recipes under my Templates tab. So if I was to search for Builder Trend, there we go, I can see all the Builder Trend recipes. Now to create a recipe is pretty easy. If I just open up a record and show you. So this is a recipe and you can see here the record type is a template. So when I was using the Add Recipe widget, I was looking at the template records. Now if I use this template on my estimate, it will create a copy of this record and it will make it an estimate. So if we scroll down, we can see here we've got a subform with BOQ item records. They're connected to the product records, and in here has information such as my cost and my quantity. The BOQ item record stores all the information I need to manage this estimate item if it proceeds to a job, including the cost code associated with the budget, any cost information, attributes for reporting, and later it will also capture the actual costs associated to goods and services or labor and materials. So if we pop back to the recipe, you can see here that this subtotal is 1,775. If I go back to the widget, there we go, it's pulling through that value. So if I select that recipe, it's recommending two other recipes that I should consider. So I can select those two and you can see that it's auto-selected them now. So click on Next. I'm going to select my rate tables. My rate tables will determine what charging structure I'm using for this client. And there we go. I can now see on the left-hand side my three recipes. So in this screen, I can modify those items that we saw in the template recipe. So if I click on this edit icon, I can change the quantities. I can make them fixed price, I can change the markup to $1 or percentage, I can change some of the cost code information too, or I can also apply a discount. Once I'm done, I click on Update, I can remove items, okay, and I can also duplicate items. Once I've finished modifying my recipe, I can click on this edit icon here to edit my description, I can link variations, or I can use the options over here to update inclusions or exclusions. The buttons at the top also allow me to link any additional items that have come through variations. I can add ad hoc BOQ items that are maybe not templates, or I can choose another item to include in my recipe that is actually part of my BOQ item template database. If I forgot to add a recipe, I can add a recipe at this stage. And I can go into the yellow button here to manage my markup percentages. Once I'm finished, I click on Add to Estimates, and that now clones all those templates to create a copy of them for this estimate with all my customization changes. And there you go. On the left-hand side, you can see all of my BOQ items with all the changes that I made and the BOQ recipes. And that's how we create a BOQ estimate.